What's good, everybody? This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, and this is another episode of the Composition. And I just want to know how are y'all feeling? Did y'all see um the clusterfuck of a debate yesterday? Yo, what the fuck was that? Like, all I can say is just all like, yo. I'm laughing because it's like super sad, honestly. Like, it really is. It's one of those things that, I was doing this edit today for a client, a nonprofit that I work with that works on getting millennials to vote. And one of the sisters on there, she was just all like, you have to start to wonder why they're doing so much to keep you from voting, because the thing was voter suppression. Now, usually I don't like to get into my bag of, political ish, you know what I'm saying? My only thing is, you know, for one, if we continue to look at what has been done to us in the past and use that as an excuse to not act, I think that we're doing a disservice, for the people who did fight for that ability to do so. Now, with that being said, with that being said, we also cannot turn the other cheek and be fully aware. And that's the thing. Please be fully aware with how this system actually works. When you do that, like, the thing is, here's the thing. I don't know what's about to go down with this election, what's about to go down with whatever, but what I do know is that people are watching this right before their eyes. They're watching this right before their eyes, and it's one of those really sober. It's one of those very sober looks into the eye, into the mirror, into your mirror. When you do that, I feel like you get to a point of reality. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that there's nothing that can't be done. It means that you can't fully do something until you actually get to this point. It doesn't matter how good or bad it looks. This is the reality. This is the reality. you know, why would they bring up as far as white supremacy and as far as the system being racially flawed if that wasn't an actual thing? And you have one president straight up denounce it, one president who's so law and order, that it was honestly, it was baffling. It was one point where Trump called Biden. He was all like, "No, you're a number two." And I don't know if he was talking about him being a piece of shit or something. I don't know, but it was wild. It was just. I wasn't gonna watch it, and at several points I really was going to turn it off, but I felt that me personally, I needed to soak that in just to see what, you have these two sides. And I talk about this because it's like everything is starting to just connect when it comes to Atomic Habits, when it comes to the Social Dilemma, movie, when it comes to, the politics, when it comes to all of these things, this echo chamber of, of all of this stuff. And so it makes me just think. So I woke up this morning and I was just like feeling completely just in this weird space because in one token it's a glimpse of December. For me, it's a glimpse of just the last couple of years as far as a particular feeling, and that particular feeling isn't something that I want moving forward to feel. There is so much abundance that's around. And when you're someone who either works for yourself or you have multiple interests or all these different things, you know, the fact of the matter is, I was listening to this Eric Thompson ET video, and he was just all like, sometimes you get into these modes where you're just like, I'm doing the right things, I'm doing this many times a day, and I'm doing this many times a week, I'm doing these type of posts, and I'm doing the things, but he brought up a good point. Which is what I've heard before, and it's the same things that got you there are not going to take you further. So look at where you're at right now. The same way of thinking, the same type of content, the same, you know, way of doing things got you to here. And I realized it was just all like, okay, if I feel this particular way, what am I doing to contribute to a future outcome that is more aligned with how I feel or how I want to feel right now? And sometimes people aren't ready for that yet, or they're scared of that. And so it's comfortable in this area. It's comfortable doing like this, and this for, this to get by, and for you to tell yourself like, oh man, I did it because I'm able to make something. But the thing is that you're beyond just trying to make something. You're beyond doing stuff just to get by. Eric Thomas was just all like, guess what? Maybe instead of the 2, maybe now you got to do 3. Maybe now you got to do 4. Whatever that next level is, you just cannot do the same thing expecting for something different. And sometimes, I have to remind myself, like, yo, how can you feel a certain way if you haven't done anything different? Sometimes it doesn't require a whole bunch. Sometimes it just requires something different. You gotta break the regular patterns that you're used to doing. And that's something that I run in with myself. Trust me, I'm not saying it like literally. The reason why I'm even coming up with this is because how I felt this morning. Literally, you're trying to do something different. You want something different, but you're doing the same. I really had to tell myself, well, I'm releasing videos the same way. I'm releasing audio. Now, may I remind you, I'm still within this challenge. But understand, when you're doing a challenge, you still have other things that need your attention. Me releasing podcast 90 days in a row does not have nothing to do with the fact that I still gotta figure out on the last day of the month what I'm gonna do for this, and this. I still need to figure out for October what's even going down in October. I still need to implement and put in my systems that generate me income based on the skill sets and the things that I do. Then he went on to talk about how, it's different when you get into, he was talking about basketball. And he was just all like, or going from like college to the league or high school to the league. the thing is that you're not dealing with people who are just like, maybe you might run into someone in high school who's like all-star player or something like that. The NBA, everybody's all-star players. So what are you going to do differently? In the world of entrepreneurship, everybody's out there doing their thing to make their money. What are you doing differently? So those are a lot of the different things that I came up with this morning, and it makes me, like I said, doing this 90 days has helped me in when it comes to consistency, like so much, and being able to apply that, because there's this quote I had heard. I think it was this brother, sleep is for suckers, and he was just all like, how you do anything is how you do everything. So think about that. How you do anything is how you do everything. And sometimes you like to think, well, I just, did this over here. I didn't really put all that effort into it. And when you really sit there and think about it, that's not a random rare occurrence. If you look at everything, again, how you do anything, how you did that thing is how you do everything. So imagine that, I'm not going to try as hard. Imagine that when it comes to, think about if you're working out, or think about the lack of you not working out, could be as far as a manifestation of that. How you are in your relationships, how you are in your friendships, how you are in your business. I see that laid out in so many different ways in my life, and that's why I have to sit down sometimes and just be like, okay, let me actually put a plan in order. Yeah, you have all these ideas, yeah, you have all this energy that are going here, here, and here, but you need some sort of direction and focus. That's no different than the 9 to 5. Sometimes the systems of the 9 to 5, like the systems of the 9 to 5 sometimes aren't even the issue. It's just the fact that you're doing it for someone else. A lot of those systems, you apply it as far as to your own self, you'll be golden. But I just wanted to do this podcast as far as that. There was like a lot of this. There's a lot to think about. Not even just a lot to think about, there's a lot to take action on. But instead of going at things all haphazardly, or getting an idea and just be like, phew, let me go ahead and do that, understand where you're putting your energy. The same thing with your money. That's why how you do anything is how you do everything. So really think about that. Really think about that. So this is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction. And this is another episode of The Composition. Make sure if you're listening to this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, smash that. I've been hearing people say that. I don't know if it's anything any better, but smash that like button. And yeah, make sure that you hit the like button. If you're listening to this on your platform, share it with your peeps if you find some interest in this to help a brother out, get them views, get them listens up. If you find value in this, someone else may find value in this. So, go ahead and share that there. But yeah, make sure to hit up the description. All the goodies are there. And y'all stay healthy, stay safe. Make sure you got the CBD. And if you don't, hit up the website, dabtro.com/shop. And I got you. Anyways, y'all stay safe. Mr. Composition, peace.